Hello, greetings party people. My name is Belle. Welcome to my little corner of the internet. This is my office where I like to do music and intuition and other things. That's one of my cats, Mo, back there. Thanks a lot for stopping by and being here. Today, the decks we're going to be using for the card reading are Star Spinner Tarot and Vintage Wisdom Oracle. It's really cool. So I'm going to try to shuffle and pick the cards quickly as I'm chatting. See if I have to stop and do that separately or not. So it's been a little while since I've been on YouTube a lot. I've been creating things for Patreon each week, but I need to remember to do more for YouTube as well. Hope everyone's been doing well. I'm creating this video on April 21st, 2021, so it's interesting. I wonder when you will be watching it. It's going to be a while from now. I meditated earlier. I didn't really get any messages, but I did release some kind of tension and stuff just through if you do relaxation while you're meditating, into kind of just naturally releasing different stuff. Okay, so I'm gonna pick, I guess, 2 oracle cards and 4 tarot cards. So let's pick this one and this one. It's actually gotten a little cool here today. So it's supposed to be spring, but it's 50 here today or something like that. So think about what are your favorite intuition practices? I enjoy meditating and yoga. I'm trying to learn Akashic Records more. And I do Reiki. And actually, I offer a lot of different services that are in the realm of intuition. You can check out my website, or if you're thinking about some type of intuition reading, you can always just email me. If you have a genuine question or interest, you can feel free to email me. And this is a good way to just talk about what reading you would prefer, and just kind of get used to the idea, just hear more about it. Just kind of chat about what's going on for you on your intuitive path right now. Okay, so I've shuffled these cards a little bit. Now I'm going to pick 4. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm doing this quickly, but you can't really do it wrong. If you have a lot of sincerity, or a good amount of sincerity, you can't really do the cards wrong. It's nice. I like that. You know what's so funny about all this stuff? Doreen Virtue became Christian, so she doesn't do intuition stuff anymore. But so many of the little tidbits about divination I have are still to a certain extent from her. It's so interesting how people leave this legacy even if they move on from it. It's kind of interesting. Okay, so the first oracle card we have is Union. Oh, wow, Union. Huh, that's really interesting. She has the flower kind of at the top of her head where the crown chakra is. Union. Huh. I'm very surprised by this for some reason. She wants to be reunited with something. It's she's in love with the divine or something. It seems to be her open-hearted, open chakra posture. It's you're looking for something greater than romance in your life. You're looking for this really incredible relationship with life. But it's not a normal relationship. Something really special that takes your life to the next level. I really feel she really wants to she's like this. It's I don't know, like some kind of sacred union, like a sacred union or something like that. That is really interesting. If you look in the background, it looks like the background is from a cathedral or something like that. It's almost like putting together the sacred and like sexuality or something like that. Or just a sense of sensuality at least. Okay, let's see what the other card is. We've got wisdom with the actual owl on her shoulder. These don't even really go together that well, I don't think. Like union, this is very like sensual, and wisdom. Union and wisdom. I have no idea. Union and wisdom. You're like bringing together different elements of life. These two characters seem totally different. Like, this character is very sensual. Like, she's almost like wants this sacred union. She wants to feel more in touch with herself, and she wants this really, really special relationship that's like romantic, but also takes it to the next level. And then this woman seems very like virginal and just very like demure. She seems a little quieter, more reserved. And she's in it in life, and she's seeking out the wisdom instead of sensuality. So these almost seem like opposite ends of the spectrum in terms of what it's like to be a woman and what it's like to be connected to your own sense of the divine. Okay, let's see if the tarot sheds any light on these cards. First card we get is the High Priestess. That's really cool because I feel like this is almost like a very sensual High Priestess energy. Like she's going to be bringing through this cool energy because she's so in tune and like using her whole body to have this like embodied sense of sacred energy. So this does shed a little bit of light on it. Like this High Priestess energy does seem to be coming through with the Union card. So that's really cool. So how would we relate this to your life? It's like High Priestess. It's like you're really powerful and sensual and divine. And these things don't have to be apart from each other. You can be really powerful, sensual, divine, very feminine, very strong and powerful, connected to the universe, yet still very feminine and still very powerful. So interesting. It's like this huge embodiment and this huge embrace of this powerful feminine energy and this sense of what's sacred in life. The next tarot card is Eight of Wands. I always think of this card as showing that you're completely confident and you're going in the right direction. You're confidently going in the right direction. So it's like you can't go wrong through this incredible empowerment. That's so interesting. You can't go wrong. Like this is it, you know? It's almost like, yes, you have a sense of wisdom. It's almost like this was more you in the past, like younger, less sure of yourself, maybe a little bit more reserved and shy. Now you're stepping into this sensual, like using your whole body to get in tune with life. And this is the High Priestess energy that's coming through with that. And that you are on the right path with all this amazing High Priestess energy and sensuality. It's so weird talking on YouTube. It really makes me want to enunciate more. I'm still working on my delivery. I want it to be authentic and casual, yet understandable is one of the main things about communication. So here we have 9 of Chalices. I can't remember what it is traditionally right now. 9 of Chalices, but here it's depicted as a fairy tale with the ballerina because this is from the Star Spinner Tarot. So I would say that this character in this card is also more reserved, taking a more traditional and demure path. This is kind of what we're leaving behind, I feel like, in this reading. And the fourth tarot card is the Knight of Chalices. This is the only male figure we've had so far in this reading. The Knight of Chalices. He looks kind of like he's not going to get what he was seeking. Like something he was looking for isn't on the table. It's not possible for him to find the certain thing he's looking for. You know what comes to mind for this, for me, is like the card that sticks out the most to me is the first one. She's so like feminine and powerful and sensual. It's like really incredible. I realize how much I divide the sacred from like sensuality and sexuality, and having a full sense of being a woman or whatever people want to be, but having that full sense of your sacred self and not leaving anything out, having sacred sexuality, like that's incredible. So this is the one that stands out to me. So I was about to say something along the lines of like, what sticks out in my mind is how much sometimes I put certain figures on a pedestal, because I was raised, like I grew up, as a little kid in the 80s, and then I was growing up in the 90s. So I have a video about this, kind of talking about a little bit about it, but there's this certain male persona that I've put on a pedestal, like that's the end all and be all, like some like male rock star, or that powerful, popular sense of like some romantic comedy or something like that, or some like melodrama where it's very clearly defined roles for everyone. So I feel like that's not working anymore in this reading. It's showing that those stereotypes and those traditional roles are no longer going to serve what you want, and you're already in this sacred high priestess energy. It's really interesting. It's like you're tired of seeking these shy, reserved forms of wisdom, and instead you're on this path, and you're not going to be impressing the males. Like if we're thinking about this in just this traditional like romance from the 90s or something, this male figure is going to be left disappointed because like the high priestess energy is coming through, and she already knows what she wants, and it doesn't have anything to do with this traditional romance. It's really interesting. I think that's really empowering to show that you're on this path of breaking free of feeling like you have to have a counterpart. Because I think like I've felt that I had to have some kind of spiritual or occult male counterpart, but that doesn't even make any sense, because I know that that's a part of myself that I'm disowning. So this card reading is really resonating for me. I hope it does for you too, to some extent or in some way, because this high priestess and sensual energy is coming through to show that there's no like we're whole the way we are. There is no counterpart that we need to fulfill our lives. We have everything we need within us, and we are so in tune, and getting even more in tune with the sacred elements of life, that there's no question about it anymore. The high priestess is incredibly confident. There's no doubt or question in her mind about like how she should live. You know what I mean? It's like this figure is disappointed. He's not getting this this white wedding, or just this like this certain ideal that's traditional and not accurate. It's really interesting. It's very powerful, and it's coming through to kind of challenge us, I think, into embracing our sense of the sacred even more, and not feeling like it matters, in terms of like not feeling like we should stick with the old traditions in terms of stereotypes about gender roles. This whole reading is about just naturally breaking free of that. So that's really cool. I really like it. I guess we'll leave it there. Thank you so much for tuning in, and I will see you next time.